We're in Denver in front of the historic Livestock Exchange Building, which really was the heart and soul of the Denver Stockyards and what caused it to operate. In the lobby was a great huge chalkboard listing all the markets in the country, and the Denver Union Stockyards company employed a guy who sat on a big high stool with green eye shade and garter belts on his arms, and he posted the prices as they came in from Kansas City and St. Joe and Chicago, as well as what the couriers would bring into the building from the Denver Stockyards. And so this four-story building was entirely full of livestock commission firms and the back offices where they kept all the books and records of the trades. And the way that the firms operated is, of course, in those days all the cattle were shipped to Denver on the train. And the Denver Union Stockyards company was owned by the railroads, as a matter of fact, as was the market in Chicago and the other major cities. And so the employees of the commission firm would go out on the ranches throughout the West and consign the cattle. That is, sign up listing forms, and then when they found out the date at which the train was going to pass through a central loading point, the ranchers would take their cattle down and put them on the train, and then they'd ship them to Denver, and they'd unload them here in the Denver Stockyards and put them in a pen, put a sign on the pen of whose cattle they were, what ranch they came from, and what commission firm they were consigned to. And then the commission men would meet the train and arrange where they were in the pens and make the signs and keep track of the cattle. By the same token, the packing companies, of which there were 5 in the Denver Stockyards surrounding the exchange building here, would have buyers who bought the cattle which they were going to slaughter, and they would come down into the yards on set schedules, and the commission firm guy would have a sheet of his pens of cattle and go to the buyer from the packing company and describe the cattle and tell him, you sure need to come by and see these, see these, see these. And he would be able to trade with the guy from the packing house because he'd been in the lobby of the exchange building and read the big board and found out what the market was doing and what the cattle prices were. And that way he could kind of know and trade. In the same way with the guy from the packing company, they ran a similar operation, I'm sure, to represent the packing company's interests. And he had been, before he came to the yards, checking the market, so he knew what the prices were. But that was really the key factor in why the exchange building was so necessary, because you couldn't jump on your cell phone, you couldn't call up the market on your laptop. None of that existed. The same way all of the bookkeeping and record keeping and keeping track of things was done by hand in journals and books and records which were kept here in the exchange building. And so it was just crucial to the operation of the stockyards that they had the building.